Hello, I'm Dennis Rawley, owner of Augusta Seed in Stanton, Virginia. Welcome to our fall Augusta Seed dinner meeting on the Eastern Shore. We hope that you'll enjoy what you see tonight as we go through a litany of new hybrids that are going to be very important for your future. Tonight, we're going to showcase our 2150, a tremendous 100-day hybrid with Duracade Viptera technology, fast dry down and really good yielding. We're also going to jump up to the 110-day, and we're going to talk about the new 2060 Power Core, and it is being absolutely fantastic for us. It's a hybrid that you can take to any irrigated land, and when you hit your dry land edges, it'll do fantastic on top of that. So it's really stress hardy. Another one that we're going to hear about tonight is going to be the 2260, a new above ground only with MegaSure, tremendous 110-day corn. You know, I like to say, and many of you have heard me say, that I love the world of corn. This is where my life is, where God's placed me, and I've flourished. And I absolutely love it because of all that we can do inside of the genetics to bring you what you need. And we're having an explosion in those genetics for you for right here on the Eastern Shore. Sit back and listen. This is going to be a really nice evening.
Originally founded in 1977, Augusta Seed has spent the last 47 years committed to finding corn genetics for here in the Delmarva. With an abundance of heat and drought stress, as well as tremendous disease pressure, finding the right hybrid can be a challenging task. At Augusta, we pride ourselves on using local research to find the best option for your farm. In 2024 alone, Augusta tested 98 hybrids, including 2060 and 2564, under every condition possible. We have 27 foundational research plots from Wisconsin to North Carolina, including 6 here on the Eastern Shore, as well as over 100 regional farm trials. With exciting new options available with Power Core, as well as a variety of AgriSure products, we are poised to defend against a multitude of diseases, as well as offering high yields and excellent test weight. Here at Augusta, we are dedicated to finding hybrids for your farm that will bring maximum yield under stress.
We planted it on the 18th of April at about 33,000. It came up very well. We had just like everybody else, we had a really bad dry spell. We were able to run this irrigation steady, put about 0.6 on every 2 days. And we just got really lucky with how it turned out so far. So through the field is generally better than where we're standing.
Okay. If you don't mind, take that ear that you pulled off earlier and just break it, or I can break it in half either way, so we can look at the kernels on it. But 2150 has been my favorite of these early season corns. Will, to this point in the season, would you say you're fairly well pleased?
Yeah, I'm tickled with this so far. If you're not happy with this, I don't know what you'll be happy with.
That's for sure.
Earlier version of our 2060. 2060 has been right at the top of almost all of our plots this year, almost all of our plots last year. Tremendous yield out of that hybrid. Definitely going to be drier. Don't know if I'm going to get the yield that we're getting out of the 2060, but the yield is going to be fantastic for 107 days. Look at the green life left in this plant. It's to be harvested next week. Look at its neighbor right here. This is what you're going to like about this plant. This one is fired up top to bottom. This one's got its green life left. You're gonna love the yield. You're gonna love the agronomics. I can promise you.
Bunch of days in the mid-90s, one after another. So I'm surprised pollination was as good as it was, because it was hot at that time. Most of my corn down here somewhere between 185 and 200 pounds. Usually I put a few pounds on with a pivot at tassel. I didn't do that this year just because of the heat and all. But yeah, I'm dribbled twice with 25 gallons of 30%, and then 30 pounds on with a planter when I plant. And that's about it.
Break an ear off and tell me what you're seeing and whether you like. I mean, we walked a little bit in this field. Are you happy with what you're seeing?
Yeah, these are, I mean, for 34,000, look at that ear. That's quite an ear. And
it's really impressive.
got good kernel size. You know, I'm with you. I think it's 250 easy in this field.
Yeah, it's really impressive, Fred. Really impressive what you got here.
Yeah, this is 2060 PWE, and it's been a marvel that things have turned out as good as they have. Good rains in July, not much in June. This was planted April 15th, and yeah, we're real pleased with what we're seeing here out in this test plot that Augusta put out for us.
Yeah, so it came up fairly well. We started off fairly with a dry spring, or drier spring, which is a good thing. It came up, and then we didn't really have a whole lot of rain to speak of until July hit, which is the critical time. But it was looking really dry in June, and we didn't know what we were going to end up with. But July came, and the water came, and we had probably around 7 to 8 inches here in July. And yeah, we've got some great corn to look at here, and I'm pretty pleased with this whole plot. And this 2060 is definitely a good looking corn.
On a real sandy piece of ground. This is new hybrid 2060. This is irrigated ground, very sandy. We were planting this the week before Memorial Day, so towards the end of May, and so it got a substantial amount of the rough life that a lot of us experienced when our corn was younger. There, middle of June through the 4th of July. We had a shot of rain Father's Day weekend, but then it didn't rain again until I think the 11th of July. And so this corn crop was established off irrigation. And so with the heat and the heat stress it went through, I think this is an impressive looking ear. And right in through here at 29,000 is, I'm liking what I'm seeing here, that's for sure.
Hey guys, it is August 29th. I'm outside of Frankfort, Delaware in a field of the new Augusta 2260. This is actually one of few fields that we have that we actually were able to get 2260 across an entire field instead of just in a test plot. We're looking at about a population of around 30,000. It is irrigated, but you can tell from the tip back that we've had some stress here this year. Obviously a lot of heat even being planted later, as well as drought, which the irrigation does help. But I really like what I'm seeing here in this 2260. It's putting on a very consistent ear, right about chest height. Overall plant height is only about 8 foot tall here. So I really like what I'm physiologically seeing. This hybrid is supposed to be very healthy and has good stalks and roots underneath of it.
Was extremely dry in the month of June. Had no rain in June, and really almost nothing in the beginning of July. It wasn't until the middle of July, and then it came on to getting a lot of rain, and then it went back to starting to be dry again towards the end. But this is the irrigated field we're in right now. It didn't have any fungicide applied to it. It looks like it took it pretty well. See a little bit of kernel damage and stuff there from the hot and dry, but besides that, it looks like he's going to have a very good crop here. So we were seeing 18 to 20 round, anywhere from 36 to low 40s long. So we're probably estimating probably going to be around 260 or so for yield.
In your area, if you're going to plant one corn for yield, what would that hybrid be?
I would probably say this 1961 would probably be one of my top picks.
We're in hybrid number 4862. It's 112 days. It's a brand new hybrid for us. And to be honest with you, I'm extraordinarily excited about what we're seeing coming out of our research. Got small quantities of it. It's something I want you to sample out. At 112 days, I'm having to hold this one open because it's already drying down and falling over. But this is 36,000. Take a look at that ear at 36,000. And look at this ear at 36,000. Every ear is a giant ear. In this drought and heat, it's filling out all the way to the tip. Got these monster ears. The yields I have in so far are fantastic. Roots and stalks have been near perfect.
The variety that we're in right here is Augusta 2063, and it really looks exceptional. And according to Craig and Daniel, who have been in many of our plots that were our reps here locally, they're saying that it is just looking great across the board. As I look at it and just shuck this ear back, it's got an amazing 18 rows around and just a tremendous thick girthy ear that fills out right over the tip. So I shucked this one down. This is not a harvest row. I'd be crying if somebody shucked this down. This was in the harvest row, which are these two. But I just wanted to showcase this hybrid and show it to you. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not pulling it off. The next guy that comes in here, I want him to stop and look at that ear. And on this one, we've got just a little bit of tip back, which is not at all unusual for the heat. The 95 and 100 degree heat that we've had this year. Lots of rows. It's not as deep as some, or not as small cob as some of these new varieties, but it's going to be there. The yields are going to be there, and it looks very, very nice. I would say that it's in the ballpark of 38 to 40 long.
It's August 9th. I'm here in Pungateague, Virginia with Larry Custis. We had our field day last night, and Larry told me, he's like, you need to come look at this corn of Jim's. It's really impressive. What has this corn been through this year, Larry?
A whole lot of stress. No rain, just dry, and then it burned up the stalk by 15, 18 inches. But then we started getting rain. I can't believe how it is turned around.
Yeah. Well, it certainly is impressive. We pulled an ear off here a minute ago. I want to show you guys. 18 rows around. I mean, nice kernels. Beautiful. Beautiful ear of corn. But, you know, we'll have to get a combine out here to see what the true tale of the tape is. But to this point in the year, it looks awful good for the stresses it's been under. It's October 18th. We're here with Bobby Hutchison looking at 1465. Bobby, what can you tell me about this hybrid and what it's been through this year?
Well, this field is in eastern Maryland, and he got off to a very tough start, really dry early on, but we're on some really good ground. And then in the 11th of July, it started raining and got good rain from that point on. And really amazed at how it's come out and looking good for what it's been through. And I think it's planted at about 29,000, 30,000, and we're very pleased with how it's come out and for what the start that it got off to.
Is it irrigated?
No, it is not irrigated.